Was I in the wrong for not accepting a dog as a gift from my boyfriend? For context, I, 27F, have always had pets, dogs, cats, even birds that fell from their nests. I also rescued and rehomed tons of animals, but I've never kept a male pet. My mom didn't like them because of the whole peeing everywhere thing, and I guess I just got used to only having girl pets. Plus, I love using my dogs like pillows, and I'll admit the doggy boy parts that are always a little too present makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, I've had my dog, let's call her Luna, since I was 17. She's my baby and she 100% rules my life. She's not really friendly with kids, other dogs, or most men, but she at least kinda likes my boyfriend, 31M, of 2 years. So, my birthday was a couple weeks ago. My boyfriend told me he had a surprise, but it wasn't ready yet. Last Friday, I came home from work and found him in my apartment with a 2-month-oldish German Shepherd male puppy that he bought, complete with a balloon tied to its collar that said happy birthday. He smiled and said, "Do you like him? He's our new son." I was shocked. The only words that came out were, "Where's Luna?" He had locked my dog in the bathroom because she growled at the puppy. I was furious. We argued for about 2 hours. I told him to take the puppy back with him and not to come back. He yelled some more and called me a misandrist before leaving because apparently not wanting male pets equals hating men. He also said I was weird for being uncomfortable around dog peepees. When I told my friends and family, everyone sided with me. However, my boyfriend keeps sending me videos of the puppy, saying he doesn't know what to do with it since his apartment doesn't allow pets, especially one that would grow so much, and begging me to take it just until he finds accommodations. He says I owe him because he spent so much money on the puppy and was planning the puppy to live with me anyway. But I don't want the puppy. My current dog definitely wouldn't accept him, and in the videos I can already see how destructive he's becoming. On the other hand, the poor puppy is innocent in all this. Should I just suck it up and keep him with me until my boyfriend, we technically didn't broke up yet, finds somewhere else to take him? Also, the puppy represent everything I don't want in a pet. I feel like he just bought himself a dog but don't really want to take care of it, so he acted like the puppy was my birthday present. So, Ida, for refusing to accept the puppy? Should I just take him in for a while? Edit to clarify some things. Some people seem to think I'm obsessed with dogs' genitalia, and lol, I'm not. The issues with the puppy ranking are: I don't want another dog because I have a dog. I don't want to raise a puppy ever again. I don't want to own a dog that was bought. I don't like large breeds. I don't want a male dog because I prefer female dogs. The only reason I included that I don't like dog penis is because I don't want to have that in my house. I don't lose sleep over it, but I prefer the smooth belly female dogs have. What I told my BF was something along the lines of, you disregard everything I believe in a pet to the extent that you even brought a male dog when I told you it wasn't my intention to even own one. Then he called me weird and misandrous. That's the only reason I included that part in my post, but in my attempt to keep everything short I didn't include all that. And for the people telling me to grow up and say penis, there it is, I wasn't sure if I was able to say that. My only knowledge of Reddit were videos on TikTok with a bad gameplay of Subway Surfers in the back, so there's that. If you want me to clarify something else, please let me know. And one but not the only reason I don't particularly like male dogs, it's because my uncle had one male Rottweiler, very aggressive, and one time at my grandma's house he jumped me. I was like 5'6", and tried to hump my face with his red socket all out, and yes, it freaked me out. My grandma had to get rid of the dog after that. She had a large property in another city. There is where they took him, because nobody wanted their kids near the dog after that. So there it is, the backstory. Some of the comments by Op. She was attacked when she was a puppy, and since then she doesn't like other dogs. She does like cats though, and we don't have kids in my family, so there's that. I don't think I'm being weird about it because I don't really think about it, and I think I made a mistake in my translation maybe? But my mom, it's the one that said all male dogs and cats do is pee everywhere. I have had my dog since I was 17 and I couldn't handle another one, so it's only been her and my sister girl cat too until I moved out, and it's been only us two. I never lived with a male dog, so I don't know if they pee everywhere or not, and I wasn't planning on adopting any other dog anytime soon, so I just don't really thought about it that much. When I got Luna, she was so little I had to wake up every 2 hours to feed her and give her meds. Luckily I WSS on break from school, so I have the time to do it all, and although it was worth it, I swore to never raise a puppy ever again, and he knows that story. Well, he called me a misandrist because I didn't like his boy dog, so yeah, but okay. I always thought he was just a little too eager or impulsive, but nothing this thoughtless before. He said we will work on their relationship with time and he would get the puppy a crate. I never owned big dogs, so I don't know how that worked, but that sounded so sad too. If boyfriend has a habit to make decisions without her, never something this big, maybe making plans without asking me, or when he bought the PS5 when it first came out and then asked his dad to lend him money for his rent, but we talked about it, and I thought it was all behind us. Nothing this big, but I always thought he was just impulsive when we were talking about making plans, and sometimes he just booked something he liked better than my thing before talking to me. It led to arguments before, but I thought we resolved that. TBH, the fight was mostly about my dog being locked up in the bathroom for God knows how long because he refused to tell me. I don't really put any weight on her, but when I'm laying on my stomach she comes to me and lay with her belly exposed so I can kiss her / rub her belly, and I put my cheek ever so slightly on her belly. I don't think if I'm going to be a good owner to a big dog, TBH. I taught Luna some tricks and some sing language like come, wait, let's go, sit and things like that, but she was so an easy and expressive dog, and I had so much free time because I was still in high school, but I don't think I can replicate my success at this stage in my life, lol. I won't keep the puppy because I don't want a puppy. After raising Luna from a little potato, I realized how time-consuming and demanding a puppy is. I was a teenager with a lot of free time and was still hard. All my animals get spayed as soon as the vet allow it, and even with some rescues my family and me cover the cost of it when we give animals for adoption if it seems like the other person might not be able to do it. So I'm really pro spayed animals, lol. My dog is old and have some health issues that the stress from a new dog would only worsen. It shocked me because I'm not the kind of people who would ever buy a dog. When we were on our first few dates, I literally got out of the car and into a drain because I saw a little orange kitten. I cut our date short and took the kitten to the vet. He called me the next day to say he was so moved by my love for animals, and that's literally how we became official, so it baffles me that he thought this was okay. Or maybe he tried to use my love for animals against me. My main issue is that Luna required a lot of attention. She was spoiled rotten because of the rough start she had. She doesn't like other dogs in her house but tolerate them in more public settings. She doesn't like pushy dogs that don't understand that she's just a retired old lady in the shape of a potato. And I really don't think I can handle such a young puppy ever again. In all honesty, I don't want a puppy or another dog in general, especially a large breed. I wouldn't have taken it even if it was a female because I don't want another dog, a big breed at that, and my dog doesn't like other dogs. I thought it was important to mention it because he called me a misandrist. Kill shelters are not a thing here, and as dumb as he is, he has a kind heart, so he wouldn't just throw a puppy out. Update, 12 days later. Didn't want to update before talking to both my therapist and psychiatrist, so here we go. First of all, puppy is fine. The day after my original post, my neighbor texted me around 2 p.m. because she heard loud noises from my apartment. She has a spare key. She and Luna are besties and often go on walks when she works from home, so she offered to check. Turns out puppy was inside and Luna was just sitting on the couch, glaring at the puppy like she was personally offended. I told my boss I had a family emergency and rushed home. My neighbor had been entertaining the puppy, but my apartment was trashed. She agreed to take the puppy for a few hours while I cleaned. I realized a lot of the mess didn't look like it was the puppy. Some of the papers seemed sheared and not a single teeth mark. I went to building management, and they showed me camera footage, my ex-boyfriend walking in with the puppy, staying 20 minutes, and leaving. I had them remove him from the visitor list, and they even offered to change my locks. I panicked a little and called my mom, who told me to either call my godfather or find a local shelter. My godfather told he'd call his Freeds, many of whom have large breed experience. Meanwhile, my neighbor brought the puppy back, tired from the park. Thanks God, I'll admit, he was adorable. A few hours later, my godfather called to say one of his friends, a German Shepherd lover with 2 already, wanted to adopt him. Puppy's name is Kai now, and apparently my godfather's friend has ton of experience training big breeds. As for my ex, I decided to call his mom because I still had him blocked. If you guessed, he was jealous of Luna. He wanted to move in with me. He thought Luna wasn't manly enough and that a German Shepherd would make me see reason. You'll be correct. His plan was basically, I'd find 2 dogs too much work, and I'd get over my obsession with Luna by leaving her with my mom. Yes, really. His own mom told him she was disappointed and that she didn't raise him to be sneaky and selfish. I told him we were done and that Kai had already been rehomed to a loving family. He tried to get mad about me rehoming his dog, but his reminded him that puppy was a gift and I could do whatever with him. I hugged her goodbye and haven't spoken to him since. I also talked this through with both my therapist and psychiatrist. I talked to them about the whole situation and both agreed, separately, that having preference is not wrong, and as long as I'm not harming animals because of their sex, there's nothing wrong with not wanting them. Right now, I'm at my mom's house with Luna, using some PTO to rest and recover. This whole thing was exhausting. But at least it ended with Kai in a good home and one less toxic boyfriend in my life lol. This is most likely my last post, but thank y'all for giving me good advice and helped me see that the situation was not okay. Edit to clarify, it seems like in my wish to make the post shorter I deleted a part that was important to understand. I called my ex's mom and I told her a summary of what happened. She told me she was going to call him and tell him to come see her the next day and then she'll let me know when he was with her so we could talk. After our discussion I hugged her goodbye and left. Some of the comments by Op. Why nobody called the police? I asked a couple of friends and they said I don't have enough evidence, and although it's possible to file a report it's going to be long and probably go nowhere anyway. I am tired of him and honestly don't want to deal with any of this anymore. I can't prove he did, but the way some of the papers were destroyed don't seem like something a puppy can do. I didn't let him stay over for long periods of time and he wanted to move in together, but I said that I would prefer to have my own bedroom then because I sleep with Luna and I guess that is the reason. About the hug she gave his mom, I called her and went to her house the next day lol. I tried to update in the other sub so my amount of characters was important. What breed Luna is? Her breed is dog. I think the word in English is mutt. She doesn't have any strong resemblance of any particular breed.